gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Today's story, guys, comes from St. Louis, Montana, and the title reads, Good Samaritan Saves South St. Louis Woman After Being Shot by Her Neighbor. Now, let us hear what this has to say. But first, if you guys wouldn't mind leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribing, I would appreciate it. Let us begin.
City, this was the scene yesterday near Chippewa and Grand after a shooting sparked a standoff.
New tonight, we're hearing from the man who helped the gunshot victim. Jenna Ray is live in the Tower Grove South neighborhood tonight, where, Jenna, you can still see the remnants of that chaos.
That's exactly right, Sam and Corey. You can see shards of glass shattered at my feet from this door. You can also take a closer look, bullet holes through the screen door when police were trying to get into this apartment where a suspect had barricaded himself. Before that, he shot a victim who sent her tumbling down the steps, and she was trying to get behind that white car that you see there in the street until a Good Samaritan, someone probably unexpected, came through to try and help her out.
We hear like 6, 7 shots. We come peek around just to see what's going on before we get out of the gangway. We can hear the scream for help. So, I've come out. I didn't initially see her at first, so I'm hearing that scream. So I had to go out to the street because you can see from right here you can't see. So I had to go out to the street. Once I seen she was in the street, I kind of like ran on to the car for cover or whatever. And she was like the neighbor was shooting.
Yovan Young says he shot out some warning shots to the suspect to alert him he also had a gun. At the same time, Young was helping the victim who was shot in the leg and trying to take cover behind a car. Young says the victim was bleeding pretty bad, so he took his belt off and used it as a tourniquet to try and stop the bleeding. Eventually, police showed up, and that's when the suspect went inside and barricaded himself, which brought the SWAT and negotiation team out as well.
So let's stop it there, and then we'll let the rest of it play out. We have an individual says he's a heating and cooling employee. He has his firearm on him. Now, is he violating company policy by having his gun on him? Who knows? Do we care about that? Not really, okay? Now that he's been identified and he's also now on the screen, will he suffer some repercussions from this? Okay, some other things that I do want to point out as well is he was able to get his firearm out and fire some warning shots to let this homeowner understand that he also has a gun so he can calm down, right? Is the Good Samaritan also going to be charged for discharging his firearm? This is another question that I do have here. And let's also take note that he had the, I would say, creativeness to use his belt as a tourniquet. I think one of the things that people are doing now, especially in the gun industry, is they're trying to make some things smaller. So now we are, I guess, let's say the EDC people or community, we are trying to make sure that we carry a tourniquet at all times. There's things called the IFAC, all these things that you can get into the weeds about when you're first start carrying a gun. And is this something he should have had on him as a gun owner? Do future gun owners have to have this on them? Right now I'm just talking about some of the questions that I have, but let's get back to the actual self-defense here and the Samaritan jumping in. Thank goodness he was there. Thank goodness he brought his firearm with him while he was at work. too many times are we restricted from using or keeping our self-defense tools on us because, yes, we are at work. Look at where your environment is. Maybe you work in an airport. Maybe you work in a building, a government building, and they got all these rules where you cannot bring a firearm. But this guy was outside outside walking about. I don't know if he was on the clock or not. But for him to just jump in, come down the street, hear shots, we are usually taught to, in terms of training, from all the classes that I've been to and other classes that I've read about, we're not typically taught to rush into danger, rush into shots. That is something that the police should be doing. But obviously, they're not there. And they're usually never there because they are a reactionary force. And this is why it's so important for citizens to have guns. This guy's a good guy, guys. I know that was long-winded, but he's a good guy. Let's hear what the rest of this story has to say.
Neighbors say they're thankful the suspect stopped shooting when Young stepped in.
I will certainly never forget seeing, it's like a real life hero in action. But very responsible gun owner, did everything right. I saw him creeping down the street. He wasn't, he was just wanting to keep everyone safe.
For now, police still have not released the name of the man who lived inside these doors. Again, broken down, shards of glass everywhere. They haven't released his name or his charges yet, but we do know he is still in custody at this time. That situation leaving dozens of neighbors stranded out here on the streets while the madness unfolded for about 9 hours yesterday throughout the day. For now, we're live in South City. Jenna Ray, News 4.
Jenna.
Well, you guys heard that. That did happen also in the month of November this year. And it was interesting to hear the eyewitness from the, looks like the neighbor, saying that she saw that individual, which is the Good Samaritan, creep down the street. And she saw that, hey, look, this is a guy, a hero that she is witnessing come to help. And it's a good thing. It's good to see good and evil happening. Evil, so you know what to do with it, and good, so you know, hey, how to act in those particular instances. And this is great. This is good that this man did this. He didn't have to. He even stuck around to talk about it afterwards, which I know that's something that I wouldn't want to do. But this guy's a good guy. He is a good guy. Thanks to him and to his family. But what do you guys think? Good people have guns. Good people have guns, and if good men do nothing, there will be no good guys.